Hello, my friends in America and in Egypt and all the غزار lovers. We have another series for you or a segment. Basically, I'm touching on the baby Rehanis in this section and then comparing them to the Otatis. I'm just bringing this up because some people have deliberately, knowingly or unknowingly have mixed the two groups together, which is a big no-no. I have written so much about it and it's still happening, unfortunately. And they ask, what kind of a color is this? And obviously it's a mutt. And well, this baby is still young, so he's kind of a dark grayish color. You can tell that his neck or mane is gonna eventually do something. And fortunately, I have his parent here that I'm just gonna show it to you as a complete bird. And I'm trying to just keep the bird in focus here. I notice even this bird is have a little enlarged or stout beak. It shouldn't be that way. It should be a little narrower, as we'll see in a different bird. And I'm gonna just spread the wing to see how powerful this bird is. These birds, I toss them from 30 miles. And Bob Nolan and others who are still alive, they have witnessed this event in this loft. And it was a remarkable day. And if you select well enough for the Rehanis, you'll find them to fly about an hour and a half, 2 hours, as I did here. I call severely. No mercy in my loft. Okay, we'll bring the second bird. This one is slightly older bird. You know, the nest before that one. And the parents are quite old, but because they are powerful, and this is what is really neat among the flying birds. They still produce even if they are 8-10 years old. Pretty much is the case with this youngster. This might be a hen. It's a smaller, compacted head, and then the Siri here will become an orange, as you will see. His mane is slightly more developed than the other younger one. All right, again the wing. You notice the feathers here in my Rehanis? Hardly any Rehanis will have these long straight feathers, you know, not bending, and then they are holding themselves as you see on the board right there. And then you will see this one. You can tell that this bird is extremely powerful. Now this is the old band, and then I'm gonna use the picture on the YouTube for this pair as it was 10 years ago. And notice the orange color of the Siri here. It has to be this color. It's basically orange color, and the inner around the pupil is slightly lighter. And then the beak, even though it's about 10 years old, or about between 8 and 10, and then look how the mane is well developed, and it has what we call this is the color. All the Rehanis have to have this extension here in the gold. It's not surrounded totally. It has to be stretched here, a bib. And this is the wing. I kind of clipped him a little bit for mating. All right, I think this is basically it. Bird is very clean, and he is in PA 2017. All right. And for the Arabic speakers also, 2017. I mean, just bad. Some of these things, I'm just gonna keep and maybe I'll review them at the end again for the Arabic speaking fanciers. You can always go back and forth to see how it would compare. Notice how broad and wide the frontal here. It's very broad, and the eye color should be really deep reddish, wineish color. And as you see here, the beak is stout, inclined, very strong birds. They really need to be powdered. I got feather laced, and then I order permethrin and other things that I'm gonna use it to powder all the birds. All right. This is, by the way, it's 2 years from the last year. It's almost 2 years. Okay, we have our last bird. This is another youngster Otati. Just barely dropped one feather here. And my Otati, I mean, I just can compete with them any place I go. I mean, I'm very proud of them. Notice compacted head, and then fiery red eyes almost, and a little stretch of silver inner circle, just to match the mane here in color. And the bird is like about 30 centimeters as it is. It's gonna go another 5, it's gonna be at least 35 centimeter. I'm not really sure whether this is hen. I've got the mate is even far better than this one, but I picked this one. The mate is darker. I'm not sure. So we'll review them later, after they molt. But I'm just gonna bring them closer for you here. You never made this one with a very skinny, grainy looking beak. All right. And again, here it is. And then I'll put them on the board. And for my Arabic speakers fanciers, الإخوة اللي هو في مصر وأنحائها وربوعها، أنا بوضح النقطة للإخوة الأمريكان هنا إن الريحاني أبو وش مكنير ومرفوعة دماغه وعظمة حمراء، قصدي ضربية حمراء، إن ما تجوزوش للقطقاطي، لأن دي كانت عملية شائعة. بيشوفوا اللون ده هنا هوت ويقول لك طيب يلا نجوزهم سوا. وطبعا في حمام كتير ضرب، يعني ده طبعا من مصلحة اللي بيبيع. وللعلم انا ما ببيعش يعني حاجة هنا هوت خالص. البيب موجودة هنا هوت، ولا مش عارف دي مش فاكر اسمها ايه في مصر، لكن نازلة هنا. اللون قاتم جدا كما شايفين، اللبدة بتاعته قوية، يعني في تناقض واضح في اللون. يعني أنا في رأيي دون من أعظم الحمام اللي موجود عندنا في مصر. يعني طبعا احنا عندنا حاجات جامدة جدا. اللي أنا عاوز أقوله إن الريحاني هنا، أو اللي أنا قلته بالإنجليزي، إن الريحاني فرد قوي. لو انتخبته، أي فرد عندك بتنتخب فيه قوي، تأكد إنه هيمشي معاك سنين سنين. يعني ده عمره تقريبا 10 سنين وما زلت بفرخ في مراته أو الوليفة بتاعته واقفة جوه على الخشبة، يعني جنب القطقاطي. في غلطة أنا عملتها امبارح. أنا قلت عين بالعربي، ما قلتهاش بالإنجليزي. عين الأحمر الغزار زيتوني، دي بس غلطة أنا آسف عليها. يعني الإخوة المصريين مسكوني فيها، وده شيء حميد. يعني إن أنا واحد يقول لي جايز أنا مش قاصد أو مش عارف، يبقى إيه بيصلح لنا على طول يعني. وكلنا في نفس المركب يعني، فكل واحد بيدي الواحد معلومة تساعد في حاجة يعني. والمرات الجاية برضو يعني في صفر وغيره وغيره وغيره، هنراجع كل الحاجات دي إن شاء الله بالزغاليل اللي طالعة. ولكم تحياتي وشكرا جزيلا، ومرة أخرى كل سنة وانتم طيبين. النهاردة آخر يوم العيد الأضحى. السلام عليكم.